Hello. So it's time for another tinnitus video, and I just want to talk again a little bit more about at least my science. I don't want to. I am not a scientist, but I have my own scientific theories about tinnitus, and I think they're supported by others. But I can't call myself a scientist since I don't have those credentials. But we have nerves in our body, and the things we feel, smell, touch, hear, see, there's nerves that are connected throughout our bodies that allow us to have those sensations. So, and our nerves have a way of building networks to allow us to do things better. So, for example, if you learn how to do a dancing step, at first it's kind of clumsy, but as you repeat it again and again, you get better and better at dancing that dance step. And then it becomes more fluid. It could be the same thing like playing the piano. At first you can't do it, but you kind of get this muscle memory that takes over, and you can just play the piano almost just like in a split second. Your brain is communicating right into your hand what's going to be played through that piano, and then some beautiful things can happen with lots of practice. So those are good things. Those are good ways that our nerves can create a network and allow us to do things that you would think would not be possible. But there's also some ways that our nerves can operate in ways that are not very good for us. And when we suddenly get a noise in our ear, and then we become alarmed by that noise, our brain quickly builds a network of support to try to help us, but it doesn't help us. And we're thinking about the sound all the time. Just like if you were thinking about playing the piano all the time, you get good at playing the piano. Well, you think about the noise all the time, you get very good at hearing the noise. You see where I'm coming from here? The same thing can be applied to pain in your back, for example. You feel a pain in your back, and then you think about it, and you think about it, and you think about it, and then you get really good at feeling the pain in your back. But do you really want to be good at those things? It might be better to learn how to play piano and dance. And I know it's not easy when you're in such a state. But I just want you to kind of think about the science behind it, because you may be in a very bad state right now where you are always thinking about the sound. And I want you to take it from this this wavelength that's maybe what's happening, is you've got all these nerves that are really helping you focus in on the sound. And that's what we have to try to change. And what kind of helped you get those nerves, working in that way, is you became very alarmed by the sound, and then you thought about it a lot. So we want to start first to reverse that feeling of being alarmed by it and say, it doesn't hurt me. And probably, I don't know how long you've been experiencing it, but a lot of us have been experiencing it for a long time. And we come to realize eventually, hey, I'm still here. I didn't die yet. The sound is still here, and it doesn't hurt me. Nothing happens. It's just a sound. It's not so easy to accept that at first. We say, oh, it's just a sound. Well, it's a sound that drives me crazy. But as you think those thoughts, it's a sound that drives me crazy, that is you reinforcing that nerve network, that this is something your brain has to do something about. But maybe it doesn't. Maybe you don't need to do anything. Maybe you don't need to do anything at all. Maybe you don't need to pay any attention to it. And maybe you can just say, it doesn't bother me anymore. I accept it. It's just a sound. Just like there's other sounds in the room. Those sounds are playing all the time. I've got this air purifier. And by the way, these background sounds are great to help you to move away from that nerve network you built. There's other sounds, and they're there all the time too, and they don't hurt you either. I mean, I know the sounds inside your brain, and that's kind of weird, but besides that, it doesn't do anything, So So after you first say, okay, it's not going to hurt me. It really is not going to hurt me. And you really believe that, because you've got to really believe that it's not going to hurt you. Go to the doctor. Let them tell you the same thing. It's not going to hurt you. I mean, I'm not a doctor, so you can go to the doctor and make sure, but so many of us, we don't have any medical problems. We just have a sound. So, and it's not going to hurt us. So now the next thing is, let's say, okay, I'm always thinking about it. So I've got to break that. I've got to try my best to find some activities that I can do that help me think about something else. And the more you think about something else, learning a language, singing, playing piano, the more your nerve network starts tuning into those things you're doing and tuning out the tinnitus. The sound may still be there, just like the background noises in the room, but you're not going to have such a strong nerve network helping you to experience it, because it's not important anymore. What's more important is playing the piano or reading the book or doing your work or exercising or dancing the dance step. As you get your brain tuned into the other activities, it's going to fade more into the background. So it's really kind of like 2 or 3 things. I mean, 1, it's not going to hurt you. 2, you start to say, it doesn't bother me either. It's not a big deal. There's lots of other sounds. Who cares? And then 3, you move your attention to other things. And I think you may find it's a miracle how big the difference is from this time where you will really have all the nerves focused in on how terrible this thing is and what a loud sound it is, to those nerves you build another network and you just kind of forget about it. It's really amazing the huge change that can take place when you refocus onto other things. And breaking it at the beginning is the hardest thing. Breaking through and saying, I'm not gonna let this bother me anymore. I don't care. It's just a sound. That's not easy to get to where you say it and believe it, and But when you do, you can start moving your attention to other things, and it's a huge change you can experience. I'm not going to say that it happens like today and then tomorrow. Like today you're bad and tomorrow you're fine. It's something you have to work on a little while, but maybe not a long time. But it'll take a little time, and it'll gradually get better as you build a stronger belief system that it doesn't hurt you, you don't care about it, and you've just got some other things you'd rather be doing now than thinking about the sound. And you just get where it's just not part of your thinking very much anymore. And then it's a beautiful thing. So I hope these continuing messages might reinforce this possibility. I have my own way that I'm recommending that you deal with tinnitus. I understand there may be some other ways besides mine, and I don't ever want to, say that I have all the knowledge. I don't. But it seems like a lot of people have listened to my message, and it has helped them a lot. So I'm very thankful for that, and I'm thankful that I'm getting some feedback that it's working for some of you guys. So best wishes to you, and I'll see you on the next one. Mm-hmm.